Morning, good afternoon, and good evening to many of us. Welcome to Marketing Monday. CXO TV continues its mission to share the knowledge with Marketing Monday, a chat series that began in 2020 and has completed over 200 episodes featuring industry top marketers. So today at CXO TV Marketing Monday, we have Sachin Bhatia, is CMO, Lenovo Infrastructure Solution Group, Asia Pacific. Welcome, Sachin. How are you doing today?
Very well, and congrats on your milestone. Well done, Anuj.
Thanks, Sachin. Thank you so very much. So, Sachin, before we just quick, dive into the discussion, let me just understand a little bit, about how you started. Probably our audience wish to understand that what drew your interest to the field of marketing, which is now being considered very complex as well. So, over to you.
It's been 23 years. I'm still the student of marketing. Yes, something we learn every day. Uh, I landed in marketing through the back gates of advertising. That was my
Okay.
first. And I transited into a love for technology. Uh, and then I was working for various tech brands, building
Okay.
brands for them, doing demand generation, retail activation. And that's how my journey went into technology marketing. And I feel that every day is very different for me. Every day I see different challenges. Sometimes the sales team coming up and telling me, oh, we need to do more activation, or some regions will come back and say, oh, we need to have more marketing funds, or somebody would say, oh, we need to have more events for the CIO roundtable. So I face all kind of challenges, but it's a very exciting work.
Very exciting, and I'm sure now that you have a very very large team. So, how do you manage the cross culture environment down there?
Uh, this is a very good question because the organization continue to evolve. And every year we look at what's the mandate given for the organization. The culture, what we have put in our organization is following. One is no silos, work very closely with the stakeholders. That includes sales, pre-sales, channel, even our external alliance partners, channel partners, ISP partners. So it's a world of collaboration, right? There's no individual, I would say, agenda in the team. It's always a team sport. And that's the culture we have built. No matter what's the day or what's the quarter looks like, what challenge is there. But we always look at putting the teams and the larger business interest first. So that's kind of culture we operate in.
Okay. So, as a marketing leader at Lenovo, what are your main marketing focus actually at the Asia Pacific level?
Sure. See, it's a very vast field, I would say. It's like a 360-degree marketing, right? And I represent uh, marketing for the data center,
Mhm.
which is very exciting in the last couple of months. You have seen all the AI announcements has happened. So I represent that kind of business. And we also have a large PC business, and then we have Motorola business. So our approach has always been a one Lenovo approach. But from our organization data center perspective, my goals is how do we grow the market share for ISG? How do we look at building much stronger, visible brand and being a most trusted advisor in the data center space? Yes, then there are other, the focus areas. How do we work effectively with our channel partners and grow that ecosystem? Because channel play a very important role in our business. Then we also look at our share of voice in the media, because PR and marketing is like two wheels of the bike. They need to function together. Then we have CRM, marketing automation, in terms of how we can do more intelligent analytics and to understand our customer requirements better. Because data is, let me use this word in your show. It's like a cocaine. You have a bit and you want to have more. And that's the kind of the engagement we do. We try to understand more customer insights with our data. So having a customer engagement, looking at their past records, looking at the cross-sell, upsell opportunities. It's a world of things.
Okay, you talk about the customer insights, so probably, I'll just touch upon that particular piece as well. That's very close to my heart because data-driven approach is very critical when it comes to sales and marketing. So, how you feel, what have been the key benefits at Lenovo for you guys adopting the data-driven approach, and how it can impact, the bottom line, and in what way do you leverage different set of content format and channels to reach and engage with your target audience?
Right. See, the data is being used to enhance customer experience. Let me simplify it. When was the last time when you received bunch of emails for various products which has no relevance to your needs? It happens every day, right? We have been bombarded with lots of messages. I think what we do at Lenovo is we carefully evaluate the buyer's journey. What is customer uh, is it at the early adopter? Is it an accelerator? Or is it just trying to explore any technology solution? Now, after carefully evaluating, we look at engaging them through various content. Yes, there are exploratory content. There are hero assets. Sometimes customer wants to have a very deep dive understanding that what is this technology use case is. So we always provide solution use cases, case study references. Sometimes customer is looking for more media articles to understand about our Lenovo offering. So we compile that. Sometimes customer is looking for a thought leadership. They're not looking for a technology solution. They want to understand what are the latest market trends, what's really happening, what our peers are doing, right? So we always go back and look at the customer's requirement, and then we organize our content strategy.
How you been capturing that those data points? I mean, that's something I wanted to understand.
Absolutely. So every time, the customer interact with us through various campaigns, we have a marketing automation which record and has all the digital footprints.
Okay.
They are logging to Lenovo.com. They're having a live plan interaction. They're checking out certain content. So obviously, it's giving us a lot of heat maps. Which part of our website is the most visited, which kind of content is more being downloaded, what kind of product customer is showing a much more higher interest, and which kind of solutions where we don't have much interaction over there. So all these digital engagements, on-field engagements, we compile this into like a mega data. And then we continue to analyze and optimize over a period of time, which actually help us to plan our campaigns and the marketing actions better.
Even the measurability as well, that's something very important. Yeah, that really help you in designing up your campaigns as well. So now I'll just going to touch upon a little bit on the AI ML. I think that's something which is very important because as a marketer, this is, it's not a buzzword. This has been there for a very long time. And as a marketer, probably this has been coined now, but I think it has always been there. Technology has always been there. So how you have been leveraging advanced technologies like, AI, ML, analytics to gain valuable insight, and which is actually helping you in informed decision making?
Absolutely. So, see, I always have a philosophy of one thing which I would say: embrace AI before AI embraces you. Right? It's not. Some people think that AI is going to reduce jobs. I feel someone who is not going to adopt AI is going to be left behind. You can use AI to enhance your own productivity. Right? Now, coming to the Lenovo's AI strategy within marketing, we have a broad committee which is actually looks after all the emerging AI tools. This committee actually does all the research and develop use cases. One thing I would tell to the entire marketing community is, if you want to go fast in AI marketing, you need to go slow. The reason being is that more likely you're going to end up with a lot of failures if you do not evaluate and study your marketing ecosystem very well. It is a one experiment which can fail and it will be a very difficult recovery. We are seeing all the data breaches. We are all seeing data getting compromised. So at Lenovo, what we do is we have engaged our compliance and legal team very early into the game. And compliance and legal team is, they are putting up very good questions to us. What is the use case? What are the, the different outcomes if you want to use a particular tool versus the particular tool? So at Lenovo, it's a hub of experimentation where we are adopting these tools, not only for analytics perspective, but we are also looking at how we can elevate our customer experience, from chatbots to smarter chatbots. There are lots of ISV partners whom we work with where it can give you, avatar-led experience as if you are talking to a human. So this is the future. And I would say continue to learn, continue to embrace, but at the same time, be aware of your surroundings because that's going to be a roadblock.
Okay, you said about going little closer. Say, for example, if an organization already have AI compliant policy in terms of just outreach, then what is your recommendation? Is it that still they have to go a little slow, or is it like it can be depending on case to case?
Yeah, no, it depends on the case to case. There is no silver bullet here. Even if you have adopted an AI tool, I would say check out in the next 6 months. There's a better version. There's a better way of doing things. We are already seeing, Chat GPT. There are different versions coming out, right? In Gen AI, I mean, every day we hear some new developments. So every 3 months, 6 months, do a constant check what it's making sense for you, because it's not a destination. AI is a journey.
So is it also helping you guys in your campaign optimization as well? Where you've been just using more advanced analytics in terms of just tracking and measuring the performance of your campaigns at the real time is also helping out there.
Absolutely. And it is also helping us in optimizing our campaign spend also. Right? And many a times where we used to invest in paid media, and this is a common marketer's problem in the industry. Sometimes you don't know what is the return on investment looks like, right? But now you can use AI an advantage and look at in a more real-time basis that what is really working well for you from the media spaces, where you can invest, where you can stop. And then you can also help customers not to over bombard with a lot of messages, because this data also tells you what is your customer is open and willing to consume your content. So it's a win-win situation.
Absolutely. I think it also helps us in mapping the multiple touch points as well, where we can just pick up the data and just see their journey. Well,
Yeah.
Now I just want to touch a little bit around, some innovative, successful campaigns which you have delivered, you or in fact your team has delivered. So would you like to touch upon that particular piece as well, since you have a huge team across and in particular use case or any program or a campaign which you want to just talk about?
No, marketing CMO will tell you it's a huge team. They'll say either we are understaffed or we are just sufficient enough to deliver the goods. So no different. But coming back to your question, this is a campaign I'm really proud of what this team has delivered. We call it Smarter AI for All. So 8 months ago, when Lenovo did the mega announcement on this AI-led smarter infrastructure, 8 GPUs, 4 GPU servers, where customers can do amazing things with Gen AI workloads. But then we realize that market is also trying to understand what is a use case of this 8 GPU server. Because on one hand, the customers will say, oh yes, we want to adapt this technology, but we don't know how to make a business case out of it. We sense that. We conducted a very in-depth study with an external analyst, and we published this case, we call it CIO Playbook 2024, sorry. And this playbook consisted of lots of insights, and it opens up the insights from the customer's mindset. What is CIO is planning to do on the AI front in 2024? What are the great challenges? What are the the issues which they are facing? What are the building blocks of the issues? And then we put this entire insights as a market trend into a mega roadshows where we unveil not only the market trends, we talked about what is Lenovo's AI point of view, what are the different use cases, and who are the different ISV partners, and what are the various technology platforms where the customers can experiment with or get started on the AI journey. We have received amazing response, great turnouts, great engagement. Our sales team, feel really great about it. They want to do it over and over again, right? So we are really proud of that campaign, which is still delivering very rich dividends till date to us. Sorry, your audio line is...
Thank you. Thanks, Sachin. I do remember I was a part of that particular launch as well, where, you unveiled a CIO playbook. Just want to touch upon that piece as well. You talk about the CIO community, what kind of, if I have to just ask you in a nutshell, probably in a single line, what was the feedback and how it really helped Lenovo in strategizing your GTM for 2025?
Absolutely. So see, the CIO playbook talks about some very critical insights which resonate well with the audience on the ground when we meet them. So one of the insight is that there is going to be a 45% increase in the AI spend. 45% in the AI infrastructure or AI related solutions. But the overall IT spend is not going to increase that much. That means the non-IT spend is non-AI IT spend is shifting into AI IT spend. So that's one mandate which CIOs have got. But at the same time, there is a fundamental misalignment between the CEO and the CIO. CEO is expecting enterprise to adopt AI to have elevated customer experience, at the same time, revenue growth. But CIO, on the other hand, the priorities looks to be very different. What is the number one priority is the cybersecurity, establishing the whole AI ecosystem, and also to upskill the AI team so that there is the right talent to take up those challenges. Now, these insights are very much resonating with the audience. Another aspect was that many of the CIOs have said close to around, I think, 69%, they want to put their entire AI workload in the hybrid cloud environment, right? For the better control and for better engagement and for the cybersecurity perspective. So we look at these insights when resonate, then we ask the audience or we ask the CIOs that what is the number one challenge in your organization and how Lenovo can help. So it is really a door opening conversation. It opens up the Pandora box and it's really helping us to help customers to do much more of consolidated AI discovery workshops. And that's what, the crux of this entire insights and this tech day engagement on the ground.
I love interacting on this particular topic. So, but, looking at the timelines, I think we have to just move on to the next question. I'll probably pick this conversation sometime, later. So, now as a market, I just want to touch upon something called ROI, which is very critical and very important for any and every marketers, and there are multiple metrics for that, whether in terms of CAC, which is customer acquisition cost, or whether it is the conversion rate, CLP as well, the customer lifetime value. So let me understand how Lenovo has been measuring success for its marketing initiative. What are the metrics you've been using? Because I think what I've seen is, because, now all these years I've been interacting with so many marketers, I think the most critical part is that when you are in a B2B industry, the sales cycle is long, the customer acquisition cost goes high. So how, as a CMO, you have been keeping a control on the cost as well, and what are your matrix of success?
Right.
And evaluation of performance as well of your team.
I have seen many of the marketing measurements. It's not being seen as a success. The reason being is the ROI metrics is very inward looking, right? And I see this is the biggest challenge. So at Lenovo, as I said at the start, our culture is collaborative, right? And we have established marketing as headlight to business. So when there is a headlight to business, the role itself is very strategic. And when you do the strategic engagement, you need to ensure that all your stakeholders reap the benefits of what you are driving. So our metrics are actually signed off by all our sales and our channel and our product and segment leaders, right? So if I look, if you are doing demand gen, there is a 1:10 revenue returns we look at. If there is a product launches there, we look at the impact assessment in totality. How much share of voice we have generated? What is the social media reach did we do? What is the quality reach we do to our core audience? What was the response rate did we get? We also look at share of voice in the media as well. We also look at the number of acquisition wins, which really energize our sales team. And at the same time, we are also very passionate about bringing various forms of our case studies, which is a very important metric in our marketing. So in all, these marketing metrics, we say it will continue to evolve. My only advice to the marketing community is, unless your sales leaders, your business leaders are not aligned with a marketing metric, I mean, don't look at measuring and don't look at just as an inward approach. So have a more integrated approach. That would be my advice.
Okay, I think this was one of my questions where I wanted you to advise to the other marketer, which in fact you this probably just covered in this particular thing. So now, looking to the future, what are the emerging trends you foresee in the marketing, which might pop up in 2025? And how do you envisage Lenovo adapting these strategies to capitalize on these trends?
See, number one, content will remain the number one thing. But when we say content, what are we talking about from content perspective? It's more relevant. It has to be more insightful. You should be looking at solving customer challenge, right? And content has to be in a storytelling format. As a all human being, we love stories, right? So we need to have a better storytelling approach in our content marketing. So that remains number one. Number two, look at we are looking at all our customer touch points, where the customers are actually absorbing, learning about the new technologies, whether it's social media, because not everyone look at one channel in a similar way, right? In social media, people look at more of a networking or absorbing a short format content, right? In the events, they look at much more thought leadership and tech showcasing kind of an engagement where they can understand technology use case in much more depth. So there are different marketing vehicles, and we need to look, and we are looking at different marketing objectives, how we can drive it more effectively.
Thanks, Sachin. One thing which I've been seeing, I mean, the trend for closed door, boardrooms have picked up in last, 2 years, I could say, post-COVID, in fact. So what do you have to say down there, where I can see that, the brands have been, they do have some wish list for an analyst and they do expect, a certain set of CIUs to come. So do you think that the brands have really done that kind of a homework in terms of these are the right set of the people whom they want? Or is it something like, this is the which is coming from their scenes where they want to make an inroad? As like Lenovo does that kind of a need analysis also, where, like, say, for example, if you're just kind of open a CIO from OCBC Bank, and is it that the need analysis is being done whether OCBC has some kind of a requisite in the current fiscal or probably in next, fiscal or something like that, where Lenovo has a play. So do you think that kind of a thing is being done at Lenovo, before doing these kind of engagement?
Absolutely. Customer insight is a goal for us. That
Okay.
helps us to help the customers actually. And that also help for our sales and other subject matter experts to work very effectively with the customer. Because if you can understand three major priorities of the customer in the sales meeting with the customer, if you can achieve addressing one, I think it will be a most effective meeting. And customers also want, a real return of investment on the time they're investing with the tech. It's very important that we go after the customer insights. Very valuable.
Thank you so very much. I think with this, Sachin, we come to the end of this entire episode, and thank you for such an insightful marketing session. We really had a pleasure interacting with you.
Thank you, Anuj. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot.
For more updates from CXO TV, please like and subscribe to our channel.